So let's see this leg, okay? Let's go to side view and let's go here and GXX. This one is not rotated, so let's just move it simply. Be sure that you're in orthographic. Now let's literally move it in here, okay? Like this. And this will do for the time being. We're gonna create some kind of a hinge in here, you know, so it's actually can rotate on this one. But for the time being, this will do. This is actually a pretty badass lag. So let's actually assign it to this one. So Control P and Object Keep Transform. So we get all of them on the rotation, right? Now, if you want to duplicate them, okay, or mirror them, you do need to select immediate children and the parent, right? Then you what we could do technically, we could actually Shift D it, okay, or we could simply add the mirror to all of them at the same time. So add the mirror and mirror it across y-axis, no, x-axis, right? X-axis across this one, right? Or is it y-axis? It's y-axis. Okay, fine. So now what we can do is select all these, right? So all the immediate children, which means Shift G. Select this one and Control C and copy modifiers. Okay, modifiers, and this will copy them across. The only problem is that we need to sort out the weighted normals, right? Because now the weighted normals are messed up a little bit. Let me see what's going on with this one, because it's not working the way I intended it to work. The shading is all over the place, and that actually worries me. Let me see that. It got flipped inside out, I think. So select the mirror and move it on top. Select the mirror and move it on top. Select the mirror and move it on top. And here too. We'll fix the shading. And here too. Okay. So how are we looking? We're looking pretty peachy. Let's save this, okay? So we don't lose the progress. And now all we need to do, let's hide this to cutters. We need to copy this one to the front. So again, Shift G, immediate children, select this one, Shift D and duplicate it here. And now, you know, we do need to remove the mirror, right? Because this one doesn't need to be mirrored. So remove mirror from this one. And we're going to select, not Shift D, Shift G, immediate children, select this one and copy modifiers, right? So we remove the mirror, you see. And then select this one and rotate it, okay? You can hold Control, but it will not do us any good because we actually need to, what we could do is reset the rotation. So Shift, Alt R, if you press Alt R, it's gonna reset the rotation, okay? So, screencast keys was turned off, my bad, guys. So let's rotate it around and let's move it in here, okay? And let's go here and let's actually, we will need to scale it too, right? So we can scale all of it. So let's scale it on GX axis, except for this one, because this is gonna have to be scaled separately, you see, because this one is a circle, right? So you can't scale it this way. So we could scale this on X like this, except for this one. So we could actually remove it from the parent relation. So Alt P, and this will actually clean the parent transformation, okay? Now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to SX this. So I'm gonna scale all of them except this one, right? And I'm gonna move it somewhere here and literally rotate it and move it to the position. I need to rotate it a bit more. So you can hold Shift, go to top view, everything is aligned, everything is perfect. Grab this one and the one in the middle and move it to junk. And Bob Jungle. So now let's see. Everything fits perfectly. Everything fits perfectly. Nice. So go to side view and let's grab this one. Alt R to reset rotation. Bring it in here. And we need to work on this because it's a way too Way too long, yeah? So GXX and move it up here. And it's still too long. So let's make it smaller. SXX and literally shrink it more. Then move it in. And let's see. This should work. Now let's grab a plane. Okay, even better, gonna be a cube because it's gonna be faster. Make it narrower and thicker and move it underneath so it's a floor. And we need to match these two. This one is still a bit too it's too high. So how is it? Oh, it's deeper, so it's actually going in here like this, right? This kind of situation. So this could be actually a little bit longer. So S and extend it a little bit. GXX. You know, we can fiddle with it later, right? This is a bit too long. Something like this maybe. And there you go. Well, this will do. This will do. Okay, fine. So let's actually make this larger, right? Now let's turn on the other two layers and see how we're looking. We're looking badass. That's how we're looking. These legs are maybe a bit too powerful. Now we're losing some. This one wasn't scaled properly, but we can move it up. So GXX and move it up. Again, we can deal with this later, but that's not super important. These are a little bit too big in my opinion, so we can actually make them smaller, you know, but not too small, because if we make them too small, it's gonna look funny. So this will do. And we need to make some kind of a interesting solution for it. In fact, what we could do, we could narrow down the last part here, you know what I mean? So if I go to top view and literally gonna cut it with a knife, unfortunately we cannot do it with box cutter, which would be extremely easy to do. So if I run a cut here like this, right? And well, let's apply this. Let's go to local view for a sec, and we're gonna apply a loop in here. In fact, you know what? Let's do it this way. It's gonna be easier. Apply a loop in here, and apply a loop in here, and apply a loop in here, and literally let's connect them together and flatten them. So J to connect them, J to connect them, and J to connect them, right? So now we got the I think, loop across, right? Yes, we do. So now SXX and 0, and this will flatten it on x-axis, right? So now what we can do, we can split it like this, select this, right? And we can SYY, and we can literally scale it like this, okay? And now if we're going to move this one a little bit further, it's going to relax this whole, whoops, GXX, and it's going to relax this whole situation and create something like this, you see. And this is mirrored, so it's gonna respond. And then we can create similar stuff on the other side. So let's grab it to local, and let's add add a loop and bring it in here. Loop on the other side, bring it down, and loop on the bottom and bring it down, and combine it with J, and combine it with J, and select the whole loop, and then not the edge, I mean not the face, the loop. There we go. Is it connected? No, it isn't. We need a connection in here too. There we go. SXX0, and then we just simply split it into two, select this whole face, and literally SYY and Bob Jungle. Don't make it too narrow because you're gonna encroach on their leg, but this looks a little bit better, I see. Makes a bit more sense. I like it. So we could do something like this. Well, these legs look like they could withstand a lot of kickback, which is kind of cool. We're gonna create some locks in here, which is gonna look awesome. In the next part, we are going to work on this middle part of this scope, and I mean tripod, and figure out how to deal with the legs and fix them up a bit. but I think it looks pretty cool. Anyway guys, thanks for watching and I'll catch you in the next video.